Okay. It's your boy Yuba back with another video today, and we're doing a story time. This is the story of how I got robbed on Cleveland Avenue. Alright? So, I'm going to start off by saying the reason of me being on Cleveland Avenue is because I needed to get my hair done. So, I looked up a 24-hour loctician and barber. It was only one result. Booked the appointment for, it was around 6, I think it was 6 or 7, right? So I booked the Uber to go there, right? Booked the Uber. First one canceled. Second one canceled. Third one actually shows up. Sweet old lady. What I thought, right? Get in there. I would say maybe after 3 minutes of the drive, I'm just on my phone, and she starts scolding me, right? And she's saying you need to live your life better. Um, I need to get an education, and I'm just letting her have it, right? Cause I'm low key already gassed out, like, so I'm just like, yeah, you're right, like just letting her have it, right? So I finally make it to the destination, and I'm like, is this the right place? She said, this the address you put in. And then I checked, and it was right. It was legit. There was two apartment buildings like this, and then there was one back of it like this, right? We're in the middle of that. And she was like, all right, so this is your drop off point. And then I'm texting the guy. I'm like, hey, I'm outside. Where are you? And then he said, oh, I'm coming out to get you right now. So by the time he says that, I'm out the car, stranded on an island. Everybody who live in them apartments outside. I don't know what was the, if it was like a little holiday, but it was pretty nice outside. And so people barbecuing, people playing cards, kids riding bikes, jumping rope, people grilling, people just having a good time. Like, even you hear music. And so he comes out, and then he was like, Patrick? I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, Mr. G. I'll be doing your hair today. And then I was like, okay. So we go in there, get my hair. About to get my hair done. He was like, oh yeah, I got any movie that ever came out. What movie you want to watch? I was like, put on Ip Man 2. Just put a random movie, right? So he puts it on, watching the movie, getting my hair done. He runs out of rubber bands. Legit runs out of rubber bands, right? So at this point, he proceeds to say, hey, I just ran out of rubber bands. I'm just about to go drive to the store right over here, and I'll be right back. You cool? I said, oh, no, that's all right. Actually, I need to go get some snacks anyway. And I'll go walk, and I'll be right back. Because the store was legit, remember, this is his unit right here, right? And these are other two apartment buildings. On this apartment building, the store's on this side right here, right? So I'm walking from here to there. On this unit, or this building, these last two units, at this time it was probably around 8, 9 o'clock. So I guess about maybe 15, 20 people my age just chilling out there, right? As I'm walking by, I had one, he was like kind of right by me playing with the basketball. I was like, oh, what's up? He was like, what's up? And then I hear somebody else who's standing on top of the porch legit says, hey, you got Mr. G doing your shit? I was like, yeah. He was like, all right, that's a bet. And then he said, next time let my baby mama do your shit. Like, she do better work and it's less. I'm like, all right, that's a bet. I was like, she got a business card or Instagram page or like anything. And then he says, what business card? What you gonna do with a business card for? So I'm like, all right, I'm just letting him have it. I'm not even about to compete in this argument for real. So I concede. I was like, I don't know, man. Um, and then he said, no, just knock on the door. Just knock on the door, and she got you. I was like, okay, okay, okay. So I go to the store, get the rubber bands, and I get some snacks. On the way back, they still on the porch, but his baby mama on the porch. As I'm walking back, I hear him say, "Oh yeah, this is the store that said you need to get some business cards or something." She said, "Business cards? Tell him to do with a business card for." This time, I don't want to challenge, but I'm like up in my game a bit. Like, well, I mean, there's a bunch of different reasons to get business cards if you want to grow your business. So like, I put it in a way where it's not like hella like talking down on a motherfucker, but like, you know what I mean, trying to make it make sense for her. And then she said, "What? Where?" So I'm just carrying around business cards everywhere I go. I was like, "No, you get a virtual one. It's an app. Download the app, make a virtual business card, and you can just tap it on anybody's phone. Because that's what I do. Because I'm in furniture sales." And then she said, "Oh dang, that's nice. That's nice." And then I was like, "Yeah, this is dope. You could share with people. It links to your if you got Instagram, TikTok, whatever. They got everything in one tap." So she's like, "All right, bet." She starts designing her shit right away. So I was like, "All right, well, I'm about to go finish getting my hair done, but it was nice meeting y'all." She was like, all right, man." And then as I'm saying this, it's like two, three more people come out of that apartment unit of the porch they standing on. I see him, he see me, we lock eyes, and I just hit on with that. A simple, do you feel threatened by that? Apparently he did. He was like, "You cool? You cool?" I was like, "Oh no, you got it, bro. You got it." And then I was like, "All right, y'all be smooth, y'all be safe." So as I'm walking, I hear the same nigga, "Be safe." I hear Ruffle running coming up behind me. And then right after, I hear, "No, no, 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 he good, he good, he good, he good." And then I look back, I see him within 5 feet from me, but his back is facing me, right? So I'm guessing they brother and sister or some shit. So I'm not about to press the issue because his back is against me, like, and he's walking away from me. So I'm not about to be like, "What's up? You cool?" I'm not about to press that. So I continue to go get my hair done. Finish getting my hair done. About to place an Uber to go home. 4 Uber drivers legit cancels. 4. So I tell Mr. G, "Hey man, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be here a little while longer. I have 4 Ubers canceled." He was like, "Oh man, that sucks," but he kind of laughs under his breath with the shit. So he said, "But I could take you. Where do you live?" Told him where I live. He was like, "Oh yeah, I got you." So he takes me back to my house. But on the way there, we're talking. He said, "Oh, you're not from here, are you?" I was like, "No, I'm not." He was like, "Yeah, I kind of figured that." And I said, "Why?" And he legit says, "Well, I don't get much new business or new clients for my business ever since, a few years ago. Things been kind of rough in the area, like violent crimes, homicides, things like that." And then I said, "Oh damn, man, that sucks. That sucks." And then he said, "Yeah, so I haven't been really getting a lot of new clients. So I definitely appreciate you giving me the opportunity." And then I said, "Yeah, man, for sure, for sure." And so we're still in his parking lot, right? To leave that same parking lot, you have to drive past those first 2 units I was talking about earlier. Now, there's 2 cars ahead waiting to merge into the traffic, right? Because it's a red light, cars kind of backed up. So they just in the parking lot. We're the third car in the parking lot, and it's like right in front of their apartment unit. And his car is legit a fishbowl, legit fishbowl, no tent, nothing. So they see me in the passenger seat. It's not the same amount of people, but it's the boyfriend, boyfriend, baby mama. I'm guessing her brother and a few other little motherfuckers that's still there, right? So legit, I hear him yelling into the unit. Some shorty come out, full sprint, clears like 5 steps off the porch, runs towards the car like this, and then like when I say he got between maybe less than a foot away from the car, and then just did that, and then everybody just busting up laughing and shit, right? So we leave the parking lot on my way home, like 10 minutes away from the house. Up until then, we just talking about movies, like some of his favorite movies, some of my favorite movies, just stuff like that. And then he said, "Oh yeah, you're not from around here, are you?" I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm not." And then he says, "Yeah, um, well, basically, so what happened is this gang that kind of took over the neighborhood, and it's been really hard for a few people. And he says it's a rapper that's the head of the gang or whatever. And I was like, oh dang, that's crazy. What's his name? And then he says, oh, it's a Young Thug, I believe. Everything clicked right then and there of where the hell I was just at. Like I heard of Cleveland Avenue, but it wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like not a crazy amount of stories, but it still didn't register. So I'm in the passenger seat, like low key freaking out, like, dude, I'm playing with my life for real. Make it home, just pulling up, and then I said, oh yeah, what I owe you for the ride? And then he said, oh, what was you about to pay for Uber? And I told him, oh yeah, it was just like a cool little 30. He was like, all right, well, I would say you probably weren't gonna get a ride there for a while, and I was about to leave, so you're just gonna be stuck outside. 75 should be good. What? I ain't even pressing the issue. I'm like, here you go, bro. Do 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 do. Give him the 75. Get home. Immediately get to my setup, right? And I'm looking up Cleveland Avenue. Look up Cleveland Avenue, and you know how like people have those YouTubers who will go to different hoods and just basically like show the ins and outs of their hood and shit. So it's a bunch of them for Cleveland Avenue, and I watched maybe two, three, and then I got to the fourth one, and they were showing this one dude at a not a grocery store, like a gas station, and it was the same dude who was pressing me on top of that porch. And when I say when, because like this time in the video, I could look at his eyes, right? While he was on the porch, he had on some sunglasses with a ski mask on. So but I knew it was him because it was the same jacket and same hoodie, right? And it was same build, everything. And then he had the same backpack. It was like a MCM brown backpack, right? When I looked into this motherfucker ass on the video, nothing there. Nothing there. So that right there basically like I really felt like I was playing with my life that day. And yeah, I damn sure got and I for sure got robbed by Mr. G ass too. For real. But Mr. G, big ups to Mr. G. Cool dude. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I appreciate y'all for watching. And subscribe.